Hi friends, for today's video I will be showing you how to crochet this beautiful plant holder you see right here. It is so cute and easy to make. It makes the perfect accessory for your backyard or even a perfect present. So if you would like one, make sure to keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. Alright, so to start this beautiful plant hanger, I'm going to be using worsted weight yarn. I will be using We Crochet's Brava and I will be using 5 colors, but you can use however many you want. And I will also use my 5.0mm hook. First things first, I'm going to make the granny square. So you're going to need to make 5 and it's your typical granny square. You're going to start by making a magic ring. Just like that. Now chain 3, that's gonna count as a double crochet. Take off your finger. Make sure that this tail is on the left side. Yarn over. Insert your hook inside the ring. Grab your yarn and go through. Yarn over. Go through 2 loops and again go through 2 loops. And there you have your first double crochet. Do another one. Now you have your first side of the granny square. I'm gonna chain 2, making a corner, and 3 more double crochets. Chain 2 for another corner, and make 2 more groups of 3 to make the other 2 sides of the square. Once I have all of my 4 sides, I'm gonna pull here and slip stitch on that last chain I did. So insert your hook, grab your yarn and go through the loop on your hook. Chain 1 and you can cut off your yarn if you are changing colors and pull it up. So there you have your center. Now I'm gonna attach another color. Chain 3 for slip stitch. Now chain 3. Now do 2 more double crochets in that same corner. Chain 2 to make a corner and 3 more in that same space. So there you have one corner. So you're gonna repeat this on every corner of the first row. So one group of 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more in that same space, and repeat that 2 more times until you get here, of course. Once you get here, again slip stitch on that last chain you made. Chain 1 and cut off your yarn if you are changing colors. So pretty simple. Now I'm gonna attach my next color. Just like the second round, slip stitch, chain 3, and 2 more double crochets in that same space. And this one is not gonna be a corner, it's just a side group. And each round, that amount here on the side is gonna increase. So now on the corner, you're just gonna make another group of 3 to form a corner. So pretty simple. 3 double crochets, 2 chains, and 3 more in that same space. Okay, so pretty simple. You're gonna make another group here on this middle, then another corner, another group here, corner, and so on until you get here again. Once again, I am back here and just gonna slip stitch on that last chain. So it's pretty simple, your standard granny crochet. I'm gonna make 2 more rounds, and as you can see, once you attach your next color, you're gonna make 2 groups here on the side, and then of course the 4 corners. Here I have a ready to go granny square. As you can see, I have 2 more rounds to go, and yeah, it's pretty standard. So I'm gonna finish this one off camera, and once I have my 5 granny squares that I need, I'm gonna show you how to do the triangles. Alright, so once you have your 5 granny squares, you are ready to move on to your triangles. For those, you're gonna make 4. I'm gonna start with this color, and just like my granny square, I'm gonna do a magic ring, chain 3, and the only difference is going to be you're just gonna make one less group of double crochets. So one of these group, just one less more. So here you have 4. Now you're gonna make only 3, and that way it's gonna form the triangle. So pretty simple. Here chain 2, just like you did on the square, and 2 more sides. Once you have your 3 sides, you are ready to pull here, chain 2, and slip stitch on that last chain you did, chain 1, and you can cut off your yarn if you are changing colors. And there you have your starter triangle. So just like the square, you're gonna begin the next round on the corners, making groups of 2 with 2 chains in between. Slip stitch and chain 3, 2 more in that same space, chain 2, and 3 more in that same space. Okay, now on to the next group. Do not chain or anything. Group of 3, chain 2, and another group of 3 on that same space. So pretty simple. I'm going to continue this and meet you back here. Once you get here, just slip stitch that last chain you made, and you can cut off your yarn. And that's pretty much it. If you want, you can stretch it at the end of each round to make it extra pointy, but yeah, it's basically the same method as the granny square. Here you're gonna attach your next color, and each round is gonna increase the groups that are on the side. So here's gonna be 1, then the corners, and so on. So I'm gonna finish this off camera until I have all the rounds I need. Here it's an example. So I'm gonna finish the triangles I need, which are 4, and then I'll meet you to put it all together. Okay, so here I have my squares and my triangles. I'm gonna use 4 for now, and I'm gonna start assembling them on a diamond shape pattern. And here you can choose how you want your colors to look. So like this. And then the triangles, you're gonna put them on each point here. So they're gonna be like this. Right now it can be a little confusing because it's flat on a table, but once you imagine it as a basket, it's gonna have obviously a hole in the middle. In each side of the squares, I'm gonna be touching a triangle. I hope this makes sense. I know it can be confusing, but this is basically the way I'm gonna start assembling it. So I'm gonna choose the square right here with this side of the triangle. Alright, so here I have my square and my triangle, and I'm gonna start putting it together. I'm gonna insert my hook on the corner here on the square, and then on the triangle, grab my yarn on the other side and go through with it. and slip stitch. And now I'm gonna grab the loop closest to me on the square, so the top one. Insert your hook, and then insert your hook on both of the loops on the triangle. Grab your yarn and do a slip stitch. So go through all the loops on the hook. Again, go through the loop closest to you on the square, and then on both on the triangle. Grab your yarn, go through, and go through the loops on the hook. Again. Okay, since it's the same color, it's not that noticeable. So if you wanted a different color so it's more noticeable, you can also do that and have a really cool line going through all the basket. But for me, I prefer it to be less noticeable. So I'm gonna keep doing this off camera, and then I'll meet you when I have to put together another square. I'm almost at the end here. I haven't gone in the corners. I'm gonna bring in my net square, and that's the way I'm gonna put it together. So these points right here are looking up. So I'm gonna insert my hook on the square, on the corner, I mean, then on the triangle, and then on this new square I am joining. Grab my yarn, go through all of them, and through the loop on the hook. So now I'm going to continue this way down, and I'm going to do the same method. Grab the loop closest to me, grab both of the loops on this side, take my yarn, go through, and go through the loops on the hook. So pretty much the same method. I will go down this way, and then I will join another triangle and go up again, and then join another square and go back down, and so on until I get to put them all together, and then I'll unite them on the other side, and then I can form the basket. So okay, so I have finished putting all of the squares and triangles together. As you can see, I went like this and finished up here, and now I'm just gonna fold it in half like this, and then I will go back down again, and I'll meet you here to show you how to put together the last square. I am down here, and now as you can see, it's looking more like a basket, but now we need the bottom. So if you put it like this, you can see that now you have to put the square. So this is my last square. I'm just gonna place it here, and then I'm going to go in on this side, then on the bottom side, then on my new square right there in the corner. Grab my yarn, go through all those three, and through the loop on my hook. So now I can continue normally with the same method right down here, just like that. So I'm just gonna continue this way and then this way, here and here, until you complete the square. So easy as that. I have gone all the way around, and now I'm just going to go in on both of these corners, in here and out here. Grab my yarn. It's a little tricky, but can be done. Exit through the other side, slip stitch, and another slip stitch. And now I can cut off my yarn and pull it up. And that's it. So now you have a basket, and now you can take this opportunity to hide all of these tails with a needle, and you are good to go for the main piece. Now we are going to put some strings so you can hang it wherever you want. Alright, so we are moving on how we're going to hang this. So I've decided I'm going to keep it really simple. I just got a really long string and folded it in half 2 times, and that's basically it. And you can choose however long you want this. And so I measured mine around 67 inches. And as you can see, it's folded in half. And now I'm going to put it through this corner right here. And fold it in half again and meet here at the top. Make sure it's all straight. Pull it here and just cut that loop right there in the middle, and repeat that 3 more times. So yeah, pretty simple. If you want to do like a braid, that's really pretty as well, or maybe single crochets, however you like. I just wanted to keep it really simple for myself. So once you finish putting your strings on your corners, you can add some beads here. I think it adds a little something. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I found these laying around. I got this a really long time ago, these wooden beads on Amazon, but I've seen them at Walmart or my local craft store, so they're easy to find. And I got my smaller hook here, as the smallest I could find, the 3.0, and I'm just gonna put it through the bead and just try to pull all these loops through that little hole as best as I can. So there you have it. It's not that easy, but as you can see, it is possible. So I'm gonna do the rest off camera and I'll meet you for the final detail. Okay, so I got them all in and I made sure that at the end it was all nice and straight. And now I'm just gonna pull them like this, make sure that everything is even, because we're gonna make a knot here at the top. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but the best you can is good enough. And as long as it's not super tilted or anything, you're gonna be okay. So make sure that everything's tight and straight. And just do a knot. Let's try to pull it to the top here. And then I can just cut this excess off. But yeah, there you have it. So make sure that you don't have any tails laying around, and you are done with this really pretty plant holder. So friends, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy making this little project as much as I did. So if you think you'll keep enjoying my content, make sure to turn on those notifications and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.